everything.
It really does. I found that absolutely fascinating when I...
Master English before 2026 with our channel.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 20 Minutes English Daily. I'm Anna, an art student living here in the UK, and someone who just recently got an IELTS Band 9, including a 9.0 in speaking.
I still can't get over that, Anna. You're basically a speaking superstar.
Oh, stop it. I just love practicing English every day, especially through small conversations like the ones we have here.
That's exactly what this podcast is about, helping you speak naturally, confidently, and enjoy every moment of learning English.
Yes, and today we're diving into a fun topic that's perfect for conversations, talking about your hobbies and interests.
That's right. It's one of those topics that can come up anywhere, whether you're chatting with classmates, meeting new friends, or even during a job interview.
Totally. Everyone has something they love doing in their free time, right? Even if it's just binge watching your favorite series or scrolling on TikTok.
Oh yes, scrolling is definitely a hobby these days.
So, Ben, let's start with you. What kind of week have you had? Still buried under those essays?
Oh, you have no idea. I think I've read over 50 essays this week. My students are amazing, but sometimes I dream about essay paragraphs chasing me.
That sounds like a true professor's nightmare.
It is. That's why I always try to take breaks, go cycling or play the piano a little. Otherwise, I'd go completely mad.
Wait, I didn't know you played the piano. That's so cool.
Yeah, I've been playing since I was a teenager. It's one of those hobbies that helps me focus and relax.
That's such a great example. Music really is a stress reliever. I'm the same with painting. Whenever I feel tired or anxious, I just paint something, even if it's random colors.
You know, that's one of my favorite things about hobbies. They tell people who you really are.
Exactly. Like, you can learn a lot about someone just by asking, what do you usually do in your free time?
Right. It's such a friendly and easy question, and yet many English learners don't know how to answer it naturally.
Yeah, most people just say, my hobby is reading, or I like music, and then silence.
The die's right there.
Exactly. But today, we'll teach you how to keep that conversation alive by using natural phrases, giving more details, and showing a bit of your personality.
That's the secret, because language is not just about grammar, it's about connection.
Aw, that's such a good quote. You should print that on the t-shirt.
Maybe one day, but really, when you share your hobbies in a lively way, people feel closer to you.
True. Even when I first came to the UK, I used to talk about painting with my classmates, and suddenly we had so many things to share. Some of them loved photography, others loved design, and boom, we became friends.
See, that's the power of talking about your interests. It opens doors.
Exactly. And today, we'll show you not only how to say your hobbies, but also how to talk about them like a native speaker, with emotion, confidence, and natural rhythm.
Nicely said. So if you've ever wondered how to go beyond I like reading, this episode is for you.
Get ready, grab your notebook, and maybe think about your favorite hobby while listening.
Because we'll help you describe it, talk about when you started it, and even explain why you love it.
Sounds exciting. So Ben, shall we begin?
Let's do it! All right, welcome to part 2, everyone. Now that we've warmed up, it's time to learn how to talk about your hobbies naturally, not like a textbook robot.
Yeah, no more, my hobby is reading. That's too old school.
Exactly. So let's start with some modern, natural expressions that native speakers often use. The first one is very common. I'm into.
Oh yeah, I love that one. It sounds so casual and natural, like I'm into painting or I'm into cooking.
Exactly. You can use it for anything you enjoy doing or learning about. For example, I could say, I'm really into cycling these days.
Right. And you can even make it stronger by adding words like really or totally. For example, I'm totally into Korean dramas lately.
Oh, you? Watching K-dramas?
Okay, guilty. I mean, the stories are emotional and the actors are amazing.
Fair enough. And see, that's how a conversation flows. You can start with, I'm into, and then naturally talk about why you like it.
Yeah, like I'm into photography because it helps me capture beautiful moments. Or I'm really into yoga. It helps me relax.
Perfect examples. Now, another great phrase is, I'm a big fan of.
Ooh, that's a good one. You can say, I'm a big fan of jazz music, or I'm a big fan of anime.
Exactly. And if you want to sound more conversational, you can also say, I'm such a fan of. Like, I'm such a fan of Studio Ghibli films.
Oh, I love Studio Ghibli. My favorite is Spirited Away.
Same here. That's a masterpiece.
So listeners, you can try saying that about your interests too. For example, I'm such a fan of football, or I'm such a fan of cooking shows.
Great. Now, here's another phrase, I'm passionate about.
That one's slightly more formal, right?
Yeah, it sounds more serious or professional. You'd use it in situations like interviews or presentations. For example, I'm passionate about teaching, or I'm passionate about environmental protection.
That's a good point. So, I'm into is more casual, and I'm passionate about is more formal.
Exactly. Oh, and there's another fun one. I spend a lot of time.
Oh, yes. Like, I spend a lot of time painting in my studio, or I spend a lot of time playing online games.
That last one probably applies to many listeners.
True, but it's a great phrase because it sounds natural and adds detail to your answer.
Yes, and details make your English sound alive. Instead of just naming your hobby, you're giving people a little story.
Oh, that's such a good tip. Like, instead of saying, I like reading, you can say, I spend a lot of time reading detective novels because I love solving mysteries.
Exactly. Now that's an interesting answer, one that invites people to ask more questions.
Yeah, people might ask, oh, really? Which author do you like? And suddenly you've got a full conversation going.
See? That's what we want, to keep the conversation alive.
Oh, another phrase I use a lot is I enjoy.
Oh yes, that one's simple but elegant. You can say, I enjoy hiking, I enjoy baking, or I enjoy spending time with my friends.
Right, and it's super flexible. You can use it in both casual and formal situations.
So, to recap, we've got I'm into, casual and friendly. I'm a big fan of, enthusiastic. I'm passionate about, formal or emotional. I spend a lot of time, natural and descriptive. I enjoy, flexible and polite.
That's a great list. And remember, you can combine them with reasons. For example, I'm into cooking because I love trying new recipes. I'm passionate about fitness. It helps me feel strong and confident.
Beautiful examples. And one last little trick. When you talk about hobbies, you can also describe how long you've done them.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've been playing the guitar since I was 10. Or I've been doing yoga for 3 years.
Exactly. That's a great way to make your answers sound more complete.
So now, listeners, if someone asks you, what do you like to do in your free time? You can say something like, I'm really into painting. I've been doing it since I was in high school, and it helps me relax.
Perfect. That's natural, interesting, and it shows personality.
And the more you practice saying things like this, the more confident you'll feel when someone asks about your hobbies.
That's right. So don't just memorize words. Practice talking about your life, your interests.
Exactly. All right, coming up next, we're going to show you how to use these phrases in a real conversation.
Yep, we'll do a short dialogue and break down how to respond naturally when someone asks you about your hobbies.
So grab a cup of tea and stay with us. Part 3 is next. All right, everyone, welcome back. This is part 3, where we put everything we've learned into real conversation.
That's right, because learning the phrases is one thing, but using them naturally in context is where the magic happens.
So let's imagine we just met for the first time at, say, a coffee shop.
Sounds good. Let's do a mini role play. Talking about hobbies naturally. Hey, Anna. It's nice to meet you. So, what do you usually do in your free time?
Let's see. I'm really into painting. I usually spend a few hours every weekend working on new pieces. Sometimes landscapes, sometimes portraits.
Oh, that sounds amazing. How long have you been painting?
Since I was about 12, actually. It started as a school project, but I totally fell in love with it. What about you, Ben?
Well, I'm a big fan of cycling. I try to ride at least twice a week. It really helps me clear my mind after a busy week of teaching.
Oh, that's great. Do you usually go cycling alone or with friends?
Mostly alone. It's kind of my me time. I listen to music or podcasts while riding through the countryside.
So basically, even when you're relaxing, you're still listening to English podcasts?
Guilty as charged. But that's the best part. You can enjoy your hobby and improve your English at the same time.
Exactly. That's what I love about art too. Sometimes I listen to English audiobooks while I paint. It makes me feel productive and creative at the same time.
That's such a great combo.
See, listeners, that's how a simple question, what do you do in your free time, can lead to a natural, flowing conversation.
Yeah, and notice how we didn't just list our hobbies. We gave details, how often we do them, when we started, and why we enjoy them.
Right, that's what makes the conversation interesting.
Exactly. So if someone asks you that question, you could try this formula. Step 1, say what your hobby is. Step 2, add when or how you started it. Step 3, explain why you enjoy it.
Let's give a few more examples for practice. Example 1.
I'm into photography. I started about 2 years ago when I bought my first camera. I love capturing little moments that people usually miss.
That's perfect. Short, natural, and interesting. Example 2.
I'm a big fan of cooking. I spend a lot of time trying new recipes from different countries. I especially love making Italian pasta.
Now I'm hungry. That's such a great answer. It shows personality and invites more questions like, oh really, what's your favorite dish?
Example 3. I enjoy playing guitar. I've been playing since high school. It helps me relax after a long day.
And again, that's natural and simple.
So, the key takeaway here is don't worry about making your answer perfect. Focus on sharing something real.
Yes, because hobbies are personal. You can't really be wrong when you're talking about what you love.
Exactly. And if you forget a word or phrase, don't panic. Just describe it in another way. For example, if you forget hiking, you can say, I like walking in the mountains.
That's a great tip. Communication is about expressing ideas, not perfection.
Totally agree.
You know, Ben, I think hobbies are one of the best ways to connect with people when you're living abroad.
Definitely. When I first moved to the UK, I joined a local cycling club, and that helped me make so many new friends.
Oh, that's so nice. I had a similar experience when I joined an art club here. I was nervous at first, but once I started showing my work, people got really curious and friendly.
Say, that's another reason to talk about hobbies. It helps break the ice and start meaningful conversations.
Exactly. So, listeners, next time you meet someone new, don't just say, "My hobby is reading." Instead, tell them why you like it and what it means to you.
Yes, because that's when English stops being just a language and becomes a bridge between people.
Beautifully said, Ben. I might paint that quote later.
Please do, and sign my copy.
Deal.
All right, everyone, that wraps up part 3. Coming up next in part 4, we'll talk about how to ask other people about their hobbies and how to keep the conversation going naturally.
That's right. We'll teach you some smart follow-up questions and reaction phrases that make you sound confident and friendly.
So far, we've learned how to talk about hobbies and how to describe why you love them. But Anna, I think one of the most interesting parts of any conversation is storytelling, right?
Absolutely. When you share a personal story about your hobby, people remember it. It makes you sound real, and it helps build a connection instantly.
Exactly. For example, when I say I love cycling, that's fine. But if I say I started cycling after I moved to Leeds because it helped me explore the city, suddenly it feels more personal.
Oh, that's a good one. I actually love how hobbies can be connected to our life journey. For me, painting started as just a school project, but then it became something much deeper, a way to express emotions.
That's beautiful, and I think our listeners can relate to that. Many people discover their hobbies by accident or during stressful times.
Yeah, I remember back in Vietnam during my final year of high school, I was super stressed about exams. One day I just started doodling while listening to music, and somehow that turned into full-on painting sessions.
That's amazing. So your art journey started from stress.
Totally. And the funny thing is, now that I'm in the UK, my paintings often mix Vietnamese culture and British scenery. Like, I once painted Big Ben surrounded by lotus flowers.
Wow, that sounds incredible. You're literally connecting two worlds through your art.
I guess so. What about you, Ben? Have your hobbies changed since you started living abroad or teaching international students?
Oh, definitely. I used to just play the piano alone, but after meeting students from different cultures, I started exploring world music. African drums, Vietnamese folk songs, even Japanese flute music.
Oh, you listen to Vietnamese folk songs.
Yes. One of my students once played Trung Kurm on the guitar, and it totally blew my mind. Since then, I've been obsessed with traditional melodies.
That's so cool. And it shows how hobbies can be a bridge between cultures.
Exactly. When you talk about your hobbies with someone from another country, it's like sharing a piece of your soul. You might even discover new interests.
Yeah. Like, when I came here, I didn't think I'd ever enjoy hiking, but after joining a local hiking club, now I love exploring nature, especially in the Lake District.
The Lake District. Such a beautiful place. See, that's another great example. A hobby can even change who you are.
True. I used to be very shy, but when I started joining art exhibitions and hiking clubs, I became much more confident.
And that's another reason hobbies are important. They don't just make you happy, they help you grow.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? The way people talk about hobbies can also reflect their culture.
Oh, that's a really good point. For example, in Western countries, people often use hobbies to show individuality, like, I'm passionate about pottery, or I'm learning surfing.
Yes, but in some Asian cultures, hobbies are more about community, like joining a group to dance, cook, or even do morning exercise together.
Right. It's more about connection and sharing joy with others.
Yeah, I think both ways are beautiful. Whether it's individual or community-based, Hobbies give us meaning.
Couldn't agree more. And if our listeners want to sound natural when sharing their stories, they can try phrases like, I got into this hobby because... at first, I wasn't very good, but now... And it all started when... And this hobby helps me to...
Perfect. Those are great conversation starters. You can tell a story naturally just by using one of those lines.
Exactly. For example, I got into photography because my dad gave me his old camera. Or, it all started when I joined a dance class with my friends.
I love that. So listeners, try thinking about your hobby. When did it start? How has it changed you? And why does it matter to you?
And if you can share that in English, even better, because the more personal your story is, the more people will remember you.
That's such a beautiful message to end this part, Ben.
Thank you. I try.
Coming up next, we'll help you practice real conversations about hobbies, how to ask others about theirs, and how to keep the chat flowing naturally.
That's right. So don't go anywhere. All right, let's do a short example conversation just to show how all of this works in real life.
Sounds good. So, Ben, what do you usually do in your free time?
I'm really into cycling these days. It helps me clear my mind after long hours of teaching. How about you, Anna?
Oh, I love painting. It's been my favorite hobby since high school. Whenever I feel stressed, I just grab my brushes and start creating something colorful.
That's nice. What kind of things do you usually paint?
Mostly nature and people. I like capturing emotions through colors. What about you? Do you cycle alone or with friends?
Usually with friends on weekends. We explore small towns around Leeds. It's not just about exercise, it's about enjoying the scenery.
That sounds so peaceful. I think hobbies like that really help us balance our busy lives.
Totally agree. And that's exactly why it's such a good topic for conversations. It's positive and easy to share.
All right, everyone, that's it for today's episode.
We hope you've learned how to talk about your hobbies in a more natural and confident way.
Remember, don't just say, I like reading. Try to add details. Say, I got into reading because it helps me relax after school.
Exactly. The more personal you make it, the better your conversation will sound.
And here's your challenge. This week, try to talk about your hobbies with someone, maybe a friend, a classmate, or even in an English comment section online.
You can start with one of these questions. What do you usually do in your free time? How did you get into that hobby? Why do you enjoy it?
Simple questions, but they can lead to really great conversations.
Thanks for listening to 20 Minutes English Daily.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
See you in the next episode.